Hello and welcome to the first of four videos in this little mini series of mini tutorials. Um, this is kind of gonna be like the Minecraft handbooks book stuff that Mojang actually released. This one's gonna be like a generalized beginner's guide. So if you're a beginner new to Minecraft, at least playing it, this is for you. I will be doing two others that are more specific and one that's more of like an advanced uh, video in the future. But first, hello, new person, or person that is new to playing Minecraft. Uh, this is the wonderful world of Minecraft, and there's actually many things that you should know first. Let's go to survival real fast. So you have an inventory. Oh wow, crazy. 4 armor slots, shield slot, or an offhand slot if you want to put some other items there. You can. These 9 slots here are for your hotbar, which you see at the bottom of your screen with your hearts and your hunger and your XP level. You'll also see bubbles above the hunger if you're underwater, or armor bars above the health if you have armor on. But other than that, that's just kind of the basic little bit. And the first thing that you want to do when you load up into a world, and we'll use this one as an example, is you want to find some sort of tree. Any type will do, honestly, and just get some wood. So first you go get some wood from punching a tree, and then of course you want to start crafting and getting a little bit upgraded. And this is kind of what I do already in my world. Every time I start, I just try to get a tree as fast as I can because trees are very useful. Now, you can keep chopping down trees, or what I would suggest is finding some stone. There's actually a nice cave over this way that I will be using for this specific example. So, over here, oh, and I crafted the oak logs that you break the tree with, and put them up in this, and you get planks. If you put one, you get a button. But I want to make a crafting table, so you put 4 together, and then you just make a crafting table. Perfect. Place that down anywhere. Grab 2 planks, make some sticks by putting 2 planks right above each other. You can do this in your inventory as well. Then take those 2 sticks, put them in your crafting table vertically, and grab 3 planks, put them across, make a pickaxe. With this pickaxe, get some stone, and you'll see that you get an achievement for that, Stone Age, mine stone with your new pickaxe, yada yada. What I do is I just get 3 stone, get a new pickaxe, and use this one for quite a while, actually. And so I just mine quite a few resources, actually. Try and stock up a little bit. And with this new stone, you'll make an axe and a sword. I don't use swords, but if you're new to Minecraft, which if you're watching this video you might be, I would definitely recommend using a sword, because definitely much easier to use than an axe. And so an axe you just make like this here, or you can move them to the other side if you so desire. A sword is a stick, and then 2 cobblestone up top, or planks, or ingots, or whatever. I typically organize my layout like this, where the sword, or where my weapon is first, and then my tools come after, and then I just have axe first, and then stone pickaxe, or just the pickaxe afterwards. You'll see here that there's an ore, and there's an ore there. This one here, this is copper. This one's not terribly useful. I would suggest maybe getting a little bit of it, but you really don't need tons of it unless you want to build it out of copper blocks, which is entirely up to you. But I am going to collect this coal here, and I have ore borders on too, by the way. Let me turn those off real quick, make this a little bit more of the normal Minecraft feel. So coal will look normally like this right here, and that'll be that. And then down here, copper ore just looks like the coal but with the copper texture, so not much different. Just I like having the ore borders on. I'm going to turn that back on, actually. This one. Okay, so this cave doesn't really have too many materials, at least going that way. There might be some stuff over this way, but just skimming real quickly, there's coal here which we can grab, and speaking of, there's the first enemy that you will likely encounter, which is a zombie. So they're really just the basic mob. I dealt with him fairly easily, and you saw that I actually did a critical attack on accident. If you're in the air and you strike a mob at the same time, you actually do a crit strike, which will do double the damage, and not actually use any more durability if you're using a sword. If you're using an axe, it'll use 2 durability. But there's a lot of coal here. You can actually make some torches too. Torches are great. Stick and coal on top of the stick, and you get torches that will never burn out, even in the rain, which they're actually good for multiple reasons. They light things up. That way you can actually see everything. I have a texture pack that can allow me to see everything without torches. I should leave that on. But torches will also keep mobs from spawning, so torches are very nice for what they are. Let's say you've been exploring, mining the entire day, and I haven't found any iron, which is fine. We will find some, or just get to that a little bit later. And it's beginning to get a little bit darker outside. Well, you definitely don't want it to be nighttime, because mobs will spawn, and in fact there is a village over that way, so I will be heading over there. You can kill mobs for meat. I believe every animal that's peaceful is going to drop meat. There's really only a few that don't. But I'm going to come to this village because the villages have beds, and beds are great because then you can sleep through the night. There's also other advantages to villages as well. Oh, before I actually got to the village, this is a biome that can actually spawn ores on the surface, and there's some iron there. And iron will drop its raw form, which really means nothing to any of you experienced players if you're still watching because you want to. I really need to get some food. But basically you just smelt it in a furnace, which we will be doing soon, and you'll get an iron ingot. And of course, the recipes for making tools and armor is going to be the same, no matter what material you use. And I will try to list the materials if I think of it. But there are lots of enemies here, so I really need to sleep. Oh, hello. Let me sleep. Oh, there's monsters nearby. So, important thing, you can't sleep if there's any monsters nearby, so it's definitely worth trying to sleep as soon as you can. I might be able to find a bed here. Perfect. Okay, so while we are here, so this guy, that's the skeleton. He shoots a bow and arrow and will burn in the daylight as well as zombies. And they're annoying to deal with if you're starting out because they do lots of damage. And oh, that's a creeper. We will talk about him in just a minute. Just hold on, Mr. Creeper. I lost what I was talking about. Okay, so skeletons and zombies both burn in the daylight, and skeletons shoot bow and arrow at you, trying to kill you, and so they're like a ranged enemy. Over here, there's an iron golem. He will actually help fight if he's not far away from mobs. He has to be close enough to mobs to fight them, and there are cats in villages. Oh, I think we might be able to see this, so I'm gonna try and follow the cat. Oh, iron there. Because there was a creeper over here. We did see. Oh, there's the creeper. So creepers are afraid of cats, and they try to explode. They're one of the first enemies in Minecraft ever. So what I try to do is I just try to crit them out. And like I do one, and then I run, I do another one, then I run, I do another one, then I run. And typically that kills them pretty easily. And here's some more iron just to give a little bit of a closer look at it. This outer edge here, that's just my texture pack. It is not in the base game, so just keep that in mind. But it does look the same with and without, except for the border. With and without the texture pack, I mean. Okay, so villages are great because villagers are in villages. And you may have seen that this guy here, I don't know how he got up there, honestly, but he has a robe on, and you may have seen the other villager that I took a look at also had some sort of clothing on. And villagers can actually trade you stuff, but they need a certain profession in order to trade you specific things, basically. That's like the basic rundown of villagers. And so basically, if you want a certain item, you gotta give them a certain workplace. So here we could have a stonemason, which will give us some building blocks, or the other guys with the purple robe. They can give you somewhat brewing supplies, but also like enchanting supplies and other stuff like that. Like mystical kind of stuff. And then there's honestly quite a few. So you can experiment with those. There's also tons of blocks that a villager can take a profession from. So I'm not gonna be diving too deeply with villagers this specific video, but I will get to that. Now, I haven't gotten any more food, but I will be making a furnace, which is just 8 cobble in that shape, and if you do it with wood, you'll actually get a chest, which is great for storing things. I won't make one right now. I'm going to use one of the coal that we got earlier and put the raw iron in. So coal can actually smelt 8 items before this little fire bar here runs out entirely. You can get 8 items and smelt it all, and then that coal will be fully used. Now there's a couple things that I'm going to do with this iron. First, I'm going to upgrade the sword because having a better sword is just always better. So that's just the first thing I will do. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shield. So you'll start by making a boat like that, put one right below the middle, and put the iron ingot in this spot here, and then you get a shield. Now, shield will block any damage you take, any damage, and it's got a set amount of durability. I don't know how much it is, but you will be invulnerable to any damage from this side, not to the back, of course, because, well, you're not protecting your back with the shield, you're just protecting your front. So there's that. I'm going to pick up both of my items here. There's also actually a few other things with this seed, so I will be switching into creative mode just to make this video go a little bit faster. This terrain is actually really nice. I will be linking the seed down in the description because there's actually a lot of fun stuff in this seed. But anyway, sidetracking. Iron golems, they can actually drop iron, 3 to 5 ingots worth, but they deal lots of damage. So I wouldn't recommend fighting them. There are ways to get around taking damage from them. But yeah, that's basically villages. And oh, another quick thing with specific types of villages. Plains, savanna, and desert villages typically have bundles of hay throughout. I don't know why these two, I guess, don't have hay. This is like the most hay that I've seen here. So I don't know why this one does not, but typically they do. If the generation of the terrain is great, it does. Also, over here, this is a really rare biome, newest biome, cherry blossom. It's really just for the aesthetic that I would go to one of these biomes, but you know, it's not horrible. Water is actually good. Speaking of that, actually noticing it right now, water's really good because you can actually take no fall damage if you land in any piece of it. So if I just fly over here, switch to survival, and I landed in this spot, I took no damage at all. So water buckets are really nice to either get down from a high place or to not take as much damage if you can avoid it. And I think that's basically it with the water. Over here, this is an outpost. Personally, I wouldn't go here unless I have decent armor, which would be iron armor. And there's a chance that you can get a armor trim in one of these. We didn't get it here, but you can also get goat horns. Goat horns are just a sound thing. Oh, that's a fun one. And so that's like kind of like locating like friends if you're on a server or whatever. These guys are pillagers. They have crossbows. They're kind of like skeletons, but they don't burn in daylight, and they're more annoying. Because if one has a banner, you kill it, you specifically deal the last hit, you will gain an effect called Bad Omen. Bad Omen will trigger a raid if you go near any villagers. And raids are just like bosses. Like it's kind of like a boss wave. Here, let me do this real fast. We'll just do one. If you kill multiples, it'll go up to 6, I believe, and we'll go to this village over here, and it'll trigger a raid. And raids are actually very difficult, so I definitely would highly suggest that you don't fight any early on, but just to give a little bit of a taste of what they are, I'll show one off. And outposts are always 500 blocks away from any village. I don't know if it like does the same with like 2 villages or something. But these guys here, this guy with a banner, this guy will give you bad omen if it's not in a raid. Wow, I am not killing him very easily. But if a banner drops and you don't pick it up, one of the pillagers will actually go and pick it up because they just like the banner. So the raids have multiple waves, and I may lose this one because I didn't protect the villagers. Okay, so this guy's an evoker. He has an axe. They do tons of damage. So definitely try and stay away from them. And these guys can drop emeralds. They can drop many things, honestly. And many, like, patrols of these guys can actually come, where one of them has a banner, and typically they're all just the pillagers, but sometimes they can spawn. I've been having, actually, terrible luck with getting them to spawn recently, meaning, like, they've been spawning more than I've been used to, and over here, there is a Ravager. Ravagers are worse than Evoker, or, is it Evoker, or was it, may have been Illager. Honestly, I don't remember. Evokers actually spawn Vexes, so if I said Evokers earlier, I did not mean Evokers. But basically, Ravagers are high health, heavy hitting, and you want to try and avoid them as much as you can. But like, they do tons of damage, and that's basically a raid for all y'all. Because there's not really much more than this. But let's just say that you've been mining down in the depths, and oh, my bad. I meant to go into spectator. Let's just say that you've been mining in the depths. You've been mining in the depths, and the best way to do this is actually at y negative 56 or something like that. And this seed is actually really insane for multiple reasons. So let's say you were over at village over here, and then you went mining, so you went really deep down, and you come across this. This is a deep dark biome, which means it's like deep and it's dark. If you couldn't guess. But there's actually multiple reasons. The first is you want to avoid these shriekers. These are called shriekers, by the way. Let's go into creative mode. They make a horrible noise too if you activate a sensor near it or stand on it. So I would highly suggest trying to avoid them. You can use wool to stop the sound, like to reach it. But the village is directly above us, but you dug out towards spawn, and also, by the way, dungeons do spawn occasionally. This is actually a really good one. It's actually in this loot. Not great stuff, but there can be actually some decent stuff in those dungeons. There it goes. There's the world. But let's just say you were digging back towards spawn, and you found this. Now, when I've found one of these, which is only really once before, I was scared out of my mind, I gotta be honest, because these are dangerous. There's tons of shriekers all around, there's tons of skulk sensors, and fun fact, if you get this to go off, I think 4 times, then a warden will come. There we go. There's 3. Come on. There's 4. And a warden, theoretically. Ah, there you are. Hello, warden. These guys you do not want to mess with. They will kill you, even in full netherite armor. Netherite or diamond, they're basically the same. If I were to get diamond armor with protection 4, I would die in a flat 2 seconds, I think, because they're very strong. They have tons of health. What else? They're actually as fast as you if you're sprint jumping, I believe. They can actually sniff you out, so they can actually find you if you're in survival. So I'm just going to stand still, go into survival, and you'll also see that I have a new effect, or an effect called darkness. Hello. You can actually also avoid making noises if you're shifting and walking, and you'll see this guy, he will advance towards me because he's sniffing me out. They are blind, which is why he didn't kill me immediately. But if you do find one of these, the good thing is that there is somewhat decent stuff. Let me see if I can actually find a chest with good stuff. You can actually find some armor trims, there's channeling, there's a diamond hoe, that's actually not bad. Oh, and unless you've waited enough time, wardens will keep coming out. If you summoned one, I think you need to wait like 5 or 10 minutes before you're safe again, I think. Unless you summoned a second one like I just did. But again, I'm also being very not careful because I'm in creative mode. I would definitely be taking my time if I was in survival. So if you guys are in one of these, definitely take your time because you will survive if you do. And if possible, try and get rid of all of the what are they called? All of the shriekers, because the shriekers actually are what spawns. That's 2 notch apples. You shush. You shush. This is actually very rare to see. But this chest is actually the best chest in this one. First off, there's a smithing template, which is to customize your armor. There's Swift Sneak to make you move faster when you're sneaking, and 2 notch apples. That's insane. What's this? Regen? That's not bad. Okay. But basically, there's just decent gear in here. The good thing about this biome actually is that no other mobs. Oh, no other mobs will spawn except for the warden if there's shriekers around. There is also the secret room. I haven't ever been in here before, but there is redstone stuff here, just to kind of show how redstone works a little bit, I think. Because actually, yeah, whoa, this is complicated redstone to me. I have no clue what's going on here. But yeah, fun place to explore if you know what you're doing. I would definitely suggest taking lots of wool if you are going to try like tackling one of these, because these are dangerous. But that's just right below spawn on this seed. Nothing to worry about. Oh, and speaking of, here's diamond ore here. This is deep slate diamond, so it looks a little bit different. That's gold right there. You probably won't find much of the normal like stone diamond, just the regular diamond ore, because most diamonds actually spawn below Y0, which is right about here, I believe. If you press F3 if you're playing on computer, Java Edition, you'll bring up this whole screen. That's 4, 3, 2, 1, and this one's 0. So I think it's like when it's fully deep slate, or like one below that. Now we're just gonna jump a little bit ahead. Oh, and quick thing, because I did not show how you make armor. I will do that very quickly. Let's grab some sort of ingredient. You cannot make copper armor or emerald armor, unfortunately, but you can make iron, gold, leather, and diamond armor, I believe. Is that all? All the ones that you can make. Leather, iron, gold, diamond. Yes, okay. So those are the main ingredients, and all of them make the armors the exact same way. So, chestplate, all but this top middle one. Pants, all except the very middle and the one below it. Helmet, which is 5, kind of like an upside down boat or minecart. And it doesn't matter if it's the bottom 5 or the bottom 2 rows or the upper 2 rows, but there's a helmet, and then same thing with boots. You can do it here, either way. But it's basically making like sticks, because that could be sticks, but it's iron ingots or gold ingots or diamonds or leather, etc. But let's just say that you have diamond gear and it's like maxed out, and you have a bow, and you want to do something a little bit different because the overworld's getting boring. Well, do I have a treat for you? You'll want to get a bit of obsidian. 10 is good, 14's fine, anywhere between that is great. And really, what you're gonna do is I'm just gonna make it a 14 block portal, and so it'll be, for the actual portal bit, 2 by 3, and then you'll light it with a flint and steel, or a fire charge if you find a ruined portal, and you jump through. It won't load that fast because, well, I'm in creative mode. You'll have to wait through an animation, but now you're in the nether. And the nether, you can be spawned in one of 5 biomes. This is one. This is like the original nether look here, the nether waste. Over here is the crimson forest, which we can't actually see very well because that's nothing there. Over here's a basalt delta, which is very tall, and there's many pillars and lava. That one's kind of dangerous. Over here's a warped forest, and you kind of saw a little bit of the crimson. It's very similar to the warped, but red. And there's a soul sand valley as well. I'm going to go into spectator, see if I can find any structures real fast. Oh, hello, load. Hey, here's one. So this is a fortress. You do get an achievement by coming here. Typically, I've already been to a fortress on the seed when exploring it, because why not? I wanted to see how far one was. Wither skeletons are very annoying. If they hit you, you get withered, and you'll take like poison damage, so it'll be ticking away. But it will kill you. Wither will kill you if you're low enough. And so you do want to be wary of these guys. They are 3 blocks tall, so you can make, like, you can close off a way and make it like a 2-block hallway. So like this hallway that's 4 blocks tall, you could just go like bang, and now they can't hit you, but you can hit them. Oh, 3 diamonds. That's nice. You did see skeletons. We've already been through them. I'm trying to find Blaze. Is there one this way? There might actually be one this way. Nope, apparently not. So Blazes, I might have to spawn one in, but they are like fiery beasts, and you need them if you want to go to the end and fight the dragon. Yes, there's a dragon in Minecraft. You know what? Unless that's it. No, okay. Oops, wrong way. Blaze. Okay, so, Blaze. This is a Blaze. There typically are two spawners. Can't find them easily. Oh, there's a Blaze over there, dang it. They shoot fireballs at you, and if you're too close, they will do proximity damage. So kind of like if you're like getting damaged by thorns or something like that, like walking into thorns or something. And if you kill them, you will get a blaze rod, which you get an achievement for, of course. But you can actually craft it. Oops, wrong game mode. You can actually craft it into blaze powder. And he's just gonna shoot fire at me, so back to creative. And blaze powder is useful for multiple reasons. Let me grab an ender pearl. Ender pearl. Okay, so an ender pearl is dropped by endermen, which maybe we've seen. They can spawn in this forest here. There's two of them right there. Here's a blaze spawner. This is one that's open. It'll look very similar to this if it's like inside of the wall, kind of like this tunnel here. But you'll need ender pearls and blaze powder, which you get from blaze rods, which you get from blazes, to make an Eye of Ender. And an Eye of Ender is great. So I'm just gonna kill myself real fast. Because I'm in creative mode mostly, I can just get an Eye of Ender back. But you'll want Eye of Enders because they will lead you to a stronghold where you can actually go to the end, and you will need a fair amount because there's like a 20% chance that they can break. Now, strongholds are purely underground, and here I'll even go back up just to show you what the Eye of Ender did to show me that I need to go in this direction. So you right click to use it, and it just flies in the direction of the nearest stronghold, and that one actually broke. That's annoying. These are underground, so you'll travel above ground because it's faster that way. Or if you have already been digging that way, then you could, I guess, just continue digging. Although I don't know why you would, because there's a good chance that they spawn in deep slate, and deep slate takes longer to mine as well too. And so basically you just kind of want to methodically just follow the... Oh, wow, this one's actually not too low. Oh, wow, that's lucky, actually. Wow. So two things here. First we'll talk about this one here. So this is the stronghold, and it's made of moss and cracked and regular stone bricks, and there's also infested versions. Now, what do I mean by infested? One of these here will be infested, maybe, hopefully, I think. Basically, they will look the exact same, but instead of dropping you this block, or the block that it looks like, it'll actually be a silverfish, which if we come this way and you just kind of work your way through the stronghold, and these can also have armor trims as well, by the way, as well as ender pearls or some food or that kind of thing. And if I was coming to the end, which right at the moment I kind of am. I would definitely... Oh, that's weird generation. So here it looks like you actually have to break some blocks. But I would definitely bring plenty of food, a bow and arrow, like enchanted gear. So this is definitely like a late game thing that you would do. So here, this is a silverfish spawner, the only place where these spawn. These specific spawners spawn, and they drop, and they spawn silverfish, which look like this. If you kill one, or if you attack one, it'll call its allies actually, and they'll just start coming from the stone, and you'll get swarmed, basically. So you'll definitely want to be careful of that. Here there was one I filled. There's a good chance of that for each portal. It's actually unlucky if you get 0. It's very rare to have all eyes filled, but it is possible. And this is the portal into the end. We will go there very soon. But there was actually another structure that I found literally on accident. I did not know this was here. But this is a trail ruins. It's related to archaeology in the latest update. And if I grab myself a brush and just start excavating this a little bit, we should be able to find some perfect. And again, I have a texture pack on. Let me turn that one off real fast, because it is actually very hard to see the difference between normal gravel and suspicious, but it's definitely something that you can tell apart. This here is the suspicious. This is also suspicious here. You can actually brush it with a brush, which you make with going from bottom to top, a stick, copper ingot, and feather, and then you can brush away and get some sort of item. Oh, that was a candle. Lame. So if you break one of the suspicious gravel or sand, because that one can actually spawn in other structures, it will break and you don't get the contents of it. So you could lose out on getting an armor trim, a new music disc, or there was something else. I know there was something else. I can't think of what the other thing is. But basically, oh, I just broke one. Oops. See, this is what I get for not putting my resource pack back on. But basically, you do want to try and explore those. I believe these only spawn in birch and spruce forest, so this is actually kind of lucky that there's one right above the stronghold. That is actually crazy to me. But basically, the bottom of these will be typically with cobblestone. So once you find cobblestone, then that's typically where the bottom is. I don't think it usually goes much deeper than that. But let's go into the end. Here we go. Okay, so when you load into the end, the first thing you might know... Oh, no. The first thing you might notice is that there's a boss bar at the top of your screen. Or that you're trapped in endstone. Which, fun fact about endstone, it's basically the cobblestone texture, but different color and inverted as well. But anyways, here's the dragon. I believe it's a her, and these are end crystals. End crystals will heal the dragon, or respawn it if you do want to fight the dragon, and yes, there are reasons to doing so. But basically, you want to explode the end crystals, because that way it stops the dragon from healing. Once you kill the dragon, and I'm going to give myself an effect. So basically, you just want to try and shoot down the dragon or wait for it to perch. And eventually the dragon will actually come and just stay down here and shoot particles at you. Actually, maybe just like this. Is it? Are you coming? No. Okay. I will go into survival. Oh, that's spectator. That's survival. I'll go into survival because I want to throw one of its like fireballs at me. It made the sound. Ah, there it is. There it is. So don't touch these. You take damage. And a lot of damage, in fact. And basically, you just either want to shoot it or wait. Personally, I would try and shoot it. But you may not be able to. But I'm in creative mode. I have strength. I'm going to try and kill this thing because I wanna get through this video. Oh, 2 hits still. Come on. There we go. So once you kill it, it'll start exploding, and once she actually dies, then there it goes. Then lots of XP will rain down, and the dragon egg and the portal back to home spawns as well. Now, the dragon egg, you actually need a torch. Oops. You actually need a torch or a piston to get because it will teleport once you punch it, unless you're in creative mode, because creative mode is very strong. Okay, so the dragon's dead, but you don't quite want to go back yet, and there's actually a new gateway that spawns. It could be anywhere around the island, honestly. I'm going to grab myself an ender pearl and throw one into here. Now, you'll start seeing some of these plants, which are coarse plants. You can break them, you'll get coarse fruit. If you eat it, you teleport randomly to a block, not into air, luckily. Wow, this seed is good. That's actually not too far from the portal, and this is actually pretty nice. Fortunately, this city is very small, but this is a structure that spawns in the end, and this one specifically is good because it gives you an elytra. The elytra allows you to glide, or if you have rockets, fly. Ooh, that's a good helmet. That's a decent pick. Distractions. So basically, the elytra is nice. You'll definitely want to enchant it with at least unbreaking or mending if you get it from a villager, because villagers will actually sell you mending. Mending allows you to repair items or armor, like tools or armor, with experience, and that way you can actually just have something forever. These like boxes here that keep moving up and down, these are shulker boxes. You kill one and you get a shulker shell. Get 2 shulker shells and a chest, and you make a shulker box, which gives you more space, which like you can place it down, put a chest full of inventory into it. So basically, this entire section of your inventory, not your hotbar, but the other part, and yeah, that's basically it. Say that you beat the game, you got your elytra, you come back, and now you're just kind of here. But another good thing, actually, before you do most of that, is actually to get a farm set up. Because honestly, I did forget about this, but you can actually get seeds if you break grass. Oh, there's one right there. And if you grab a hoe, which is 2 sticks, and then 2 ingots, or 2 stone, or 2 wood on the very top. So just imagine this. So the yellow flowers are your sticks, and the red flowers are the material that you want to use for like the tool. So the 2 sticks and the collect 2 materials, or 2 sticks, 2 materials. I always do it to this side. I don't know why. Start a farm, because farms will allow you to get more food, and making a wheat farm will be a decent start. I personally prefer potatoes because then you don't have to get an overflow of seeds. You can just use the overflow potatoes as your food source. And they do actually spawn in villages pretty frequently. In fact, it might be up here. Right here. This is a potato right there. It's kind of hard to tell, but that is definitely a potato. And so basically, you just plant some potatoes, you'll get excess, so I would say make a decent sized farm. Then once you start getting like lots of excess, then you just cook those in a furnace or a smoker, which is a furnace, and then a log in like the straight directions of the crafting table. And that honestly I think is about it. Building is a great thing if you don't know what to do. Like, build stuff. I I really try to build lots of things in my worlds because it's fun. And like, look at this terrain generation over here. This is like one of the coolest pieces of generation I've ever seen. Ah, it's just so cool. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys sometime in the future with another tutorial, kind of this style. Um, one of them's going to be a redstone video, one of them's going to be a combat guide, and the the last one, which might actually be the next one, is going to be uh, the advanced guide to Minecraft, just like an overall more advanced guide. If you guys want to see that, of course. But thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.